Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and I upload videos once a week about Lolita fashion. Today I'm doing a cook with me kind of video where I go over some of my favorite tea party recipes. I'm just going to show you guys some of the snacks I like to make. I'm hosting a virtual tea party later and I'm gonna make some snacks, and I figured let's show you guys some of the snacks I like to make. Today we are going to be making 2 tea sandwiches, a cucumber salmon sandwich and a egg sandwich, a tamago sandwich. We're also going to be making a meat and cheese kind of skewer, strawberry, like shortbread in a cup. So they're all really simple recipes. Unfortunately, they're not gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, but you can have substitutes if you are either of those. If you have any food allergies, you can find substitutes for this stuff, I'm sure. I've seen vegan cream cheese, I've seen gluten-free bread, so yeah. First item you're gonna need is an apron. Make sure you are wearing an apron if you're going to cook in Lolita, or if you're not going to prep in Lolita. It's very important. These are all of the items we're going to need for our food that we're going to make. As we go over the recipes, I'll go into more depth and detail as I am cooking this dish. The utensils that you're gonna need for this recipe are a cutting board. It would be nice if you had more than one, that way you don't have to mix your meats and cheeses and vegetables on one cutting board. So this one is for my veggies and fruit. And then I also have another one for the salmon and prosciutto that I'll be using. Although you can use one if you don't have multiple and you just want to rinse it or you don't care, but I'm just going to use one because I don't feel like washing multiple dishes. You're also going to need a small knife or a paring knife. You're going to need this to cut your strawberry and cut your cheese. Other items that you're gonna need are spoons to mix your food and to serve it. You'll need little serving cups for your strawberry shortcake. I have these little cups that I got from like Party City, which they're really cute and I like them. So we'll need some of those. I also have these little mini forks and these little mini spoons. They're really, really cute. Stop looking at my face. They're super cute. Got these from the dollar store for $1. You'll also need some toothpicks. These are really fancy ones. I have these from like a leftover party. Fork and a spoon to mix your stuff. Any fork or spoon will do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So items you'll need for your salmon cucumber sandwich are salmon, cream cheese, cucumber, and dill. I like the Persian cucumbers. These are from Trader Joe's. And I like these because they're seedless, so I don't have to deal with the seeds. And they're really cute. Look at them. They're so small and so cute. So you'll just need one of those. You will also need some salmon. I like to also buy smoked salmon from Trader Joe's. It's really, really good, and it's thin enough and spreadable. And then of course, you'll need your cream cheese. This needs to be softened at room temperature. You'll also need bread, because it's a sandwich and you can't make a sandwich without bread. You're just going to cut off the stem and you're going to thinly slice your cucumbers. Like, it's gotta be thin. This knife probably isn't the best knife to use. Since these are little Persian cucumbers, I'm actually slicing a lot because I want them to be able to be all in my sandwich. In my Sammy Sam. My Sammy Sam Sam. Put all my cucumbers. I just put them in this little dish and I just put those aside. So this cream cheese is whipped cream cheese. If you have the whipped cream cheese, you don't have to soften this at room temperature, but if you use the traditional fillet like cream cheese like bar, it needs to be softened at room temperature for at least, I'd say 35, at least half an hour at room temperature. You're gonna wanna soften it. But since this is whipped, whip it. Whip it good. It's just a day for singing. So you can prep your bread 2 different ways. You can cut your edges off your bread before you assemble your sandwich or after. I like to cut it off before because I don't want to cut off any of the actual toppings that are in it. So you can use any kind of bread you want. I use just like I use a white bread. So we're just going to chop off the crust of our bread. And you're gonna wanna do this, I'm gonna actually use a bread knife or a serrated edge because it doesn't pull on the bread as much and it cuts a lot easier, so. Okay, that's my bread. Get my edges out of here. Get rid of them edges. Don't want no edges. I'm gonna take my whipped cream cheese. Just take a little bit of cream cheese and you just spread it on. This is going to not work if your cream cheese is not soft enough. So again, please make sure you soften your cream cheese at room temperature or you're going to have a really hard time spreading this on your bread. So we're just going to slap that on there like so. Our cucumbers. Just gonna put this on here. I've also seen you can do this with a vegetable peeler and peel off the cucumber and get really, really, really thin slices, but we're not gonna do that. And we're just going to take it and I'm just gonna like break it apart and just kind of like lay it on here. Okay, so then add cream cheese to the other side of your bread. So I'm not gonna add as much cream cheese. And if you had dill, I don't because I am a dummy. You would put the dill on the side of your sandwich that doesn't have the cucumber salmon. And you're just gonna line this up. You're gonna mash that down. And then you're gonna slice it. And this is why you're gonna want, that was a really thin piece, a bread knife or one with serrated edges so you can cut it nicely. And then you have your 3 pieces, my cute Sumiko Garashi plate. I'm just gonna set these aside for now. And this is what the inside looks like. Look at that. Kind of break. And then you're just going to put those on your plate. And then I'm gonna do some more. You have your entire plate of sandwiches. I am just going to wrap these in plastic wrap because I'm not actually ready to eat these yet. And then I'm just gonna wrap it in plastic wrap and then just put this in the fridge. For your egg recipe, you're going to need eggs. I typically do 2 eggs per sandwich. Sometimes 3 if you like a lot of egg spread, you're gonna wanna use 3 eggs per sandwich, which, you know, you're gonna need bread, so 2 slices of bread for each sandwich, mayo, mustard. I also like to put a little bit of seasoning salt and onion powder just to give it a little bit of spice, and that's all you're gonna need for your egg sandwich. So I'm just gonna take 5 eggs. So I'm just gonna pop these guys in my egg cooker and we'll be back. I have my eggs cooking in my egg cooker. You're gonna wanna boil those eggs for the amount of time it requires to boil. Because I use an egg cooker, I just pop them in the egg cooker and I just add water and push the button and then it cooks on its own. So while that is going, I'm just going to set aside my mustard, mayo. So let me tell you something. I know a lot of people don't like Miracle Whip, but this is my secret ingredient for deviled eggs and my egg sandwiches. Miracle Whip has like a tangy taste to it that's like so good. And I actually don't really like the taste of mayo. I love the taste of Miracle Whip. So this is gonna be a secret ingredient for deviled eggs and egg sandwiches. I'm telling you. Every time I make deviled eggs, people are like, oh my God, these are so good. You know why? Because it's Miracle Whip. One of a kind taste mayo spread. I'm telling you. Make your deviled eggs with this and it's gonna be life changing. Seasoning salt from It doesn't matter what's from. Seasoning salt, and some onion powder. So here we have all of our eggs. One of them broke in the egg cooker, and they're just taking a little bath. They're just chilling. So now, peel all the eggs. I'm just gonna like rinse and trim them off. Make sure I got all these egg shells off of the eggs. I'm going to dry these. Just gonna pat them dry. Now, our eggs are boiled. You can't see them. They're the eggs. You're just gonna put them in this bowl. Get out of here. Gosh. Then you just put your boiled eggs in your bowl. Make sure all your shells are off. You're gonna take like a fork and then you're just gonna like break them up. This is probably easier to do when it's still kind of warm and not completely cooled, but I waited too long. They'll break a lot easier when they're still warm. So if you like your egg sandwiches more smooth, you can put them in you can use like a hand mixer. Not a hand mixer. One of those like electric chopper things. And it'll smoothen it out. Your eggs will look like this. And you keep doing that till you get, you know, kind of like chopped down. You don't want any like big chunks. You don't want no big egg chunks. It's gonna be weird biting into it if you have big egg chunks in your mouth. So then, you're gonna add your mayo, or Miracle Whip, my secret ingredient. You're gonna do a dollop. Let's do a dollop for now. And then, you're gonna add your mustard. Make sure you shake it though, because sometimes it separates and it gets really like runny. But do like a healthy squeeze. So it should look like this. And then I'm gonna add some seasoning salt. I need to sprinkle a little bit in there. And then I do a little bit of onion powder. I'm gonna put just a smidgen. That in here. Then just gonna mix it all up. So then it should look a little something like this, which is very bright. It's gonna be really hard to see. Spread it on your sandwich. Also, you might want to make sure you use on a wood cutting board because the plastic ones will actually dull out your knife a little faster, but I don't want to use our huge wood cutting board, so. Alright, it's the not perfect one. I'm gonna do it again. We're just gonna pop this in the fridge. So for your prosciutto wrapped cheese, you could just use little cheese wheels. I use a little Baby Bell, like white cheddar ones. You can get, I think they come in like Havarti and like a different kind of cheese. We get like the big bags from Costco. So all you're gonna do is just unwrap your cheese. wrapper from the cheese. You're gonna take your prosciutto. You could use prosciutto from anywhere. I bought all of I like the meat from Trader Joe's a lot. Hopefully you have a Trader Joe's in your area. If you don't, like any kind of local, really any kind of like food place will work, but I like Trader Joe's because their meat quality is like amazing. And then you're gonna take your prosciutto, and then you're gonna take your cheese. You're gonna cut your cheese in half. And then take your cheese wheel, and you're just going to wrap it's easier to do it this way. Just wrap your cheese in the prosciutto. Wrap it good into shape. Shape it up. It's not too late to roll it. Roll it good. Do 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 do. You can roll it. Do 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 do. You can roll it. Do 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 do. You can roll it. Do. God, it just smells so good. If you're vegan, I'm sorry. This is not a vegan friendly recipe. Although they're coming out with a lot of like Beyond Meats, so you could probably find substitutes for all of this. So I'm just gonna take these like fancy ass toothpicks that I had from a previous party I had, back when we could have parties. I'm just gonna pick it in. Pick it. And pick it. And we're just gonna set them aside on our little plate for now. Last tea party item, which are the strawberry shortcake cups. So for that, you're going to need strawberries. You're gonna need some shortcakes. You're also going to need heavy whipping cream and some sugar. So first thing I'm gonna do is cut off the tops of the strawberries. I'm gonna do this with like a paring knife, like a small, gentle knife. Strawberries. And then you're going to want to cut them in half lengthwise. Okay, and then I just put the strawberries aside. Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to mix your heavy whipping cream with some sugar to make a homemade whipped cream. A mixing bowl and a hand mixer. And a hand mixer. If you don't own a hand mixer, you can always just buy whipped cream from the store, but you know, what's the fun in that? Huh? I'm gonna shake this first, of course. We're going to half this recipe because I don't need that much whipped cream because this is just dessert for one and some of Anthony. So we're gonna do, whoop, should probably take this out. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of sugar, and we'll do half a cup of whipping cream. And then we're just gonna pour. Oh, it's so much. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can chop it. You can crumble it. Kind of up to you. But you want them small enough so that they fit. I have these little like cups here that I got from like a party store or something. I'm just gonna like drop a couple pieces in here. Well, they're really small though. You're gonna take some of your whipped cream and just plop that on top. That's not the neatest at all. Whoa, look at that. And you're gonna take a strawberry. Put it on top. So let's do another one that's probably gonna be a little bit nicer. And here you have your little strawberry shortcake shooters. Okay, so we're done prepping all of our food. Now let's see what it looks like all together. This is our end result here. So at the top we have our strawberry shortcake shooters. In the middle we have some scones that were pre-made from the store, as well as our cheese wrapped prosciutto. And then the bottom layer we have all of our different tea sandwiches. Then we have our teacup, which is empty because there's nothing in it yet, but it will be full of a nice bubbly something. And then we have some nice fall decor here because it's fall, y'all. Hey. And yeah, we are all set for our tea party. The tray I got from Amazon, this like tea-tiered thing was from Amazon, really cheap. And then these teacup was a part of a tea set that my best friend gave me for my birthday a little while back. But yeah, this is, they're so yummy. I'm really excited to eat them. Okay guys, that was my favorite tea party recipe video, and I kind of showed you guys how to make some of that stuff. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to give it a thumbs up or leave a comment or do both. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and I can stop reminding you every single video because I know you're tired of me saying it. Anyway, I'm gonna run because I gotta get ready for this tea party, which is happening in like 45 minutes. I'm hot and I'm starving, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.